Good afternoon, children. Good afternoon, children. This is the continuation with the previous video. Today only, now half an hour before, we have completed this myofibril structure and actin and myosin protein structure. But the power of, due to the technical issues here, this was cut. But continue this video, then you can see this one. Continue the previous video, you can follow this video. So that here now you see what is the muscle contraction, there is a myosin. What is this here? This is the myosin. Myosin means dark band. Wherever dark band is there in the myofibril, there is a myosin. There is a light band is there. What would be there? Actins are there. But during the muscle contraction, what would be there? These filaments are thin filaments. Actin filaments, how they can be called thin filaments. Myosin filaments, how they can be called thick filaments. So the ends of the thick filaments overlap by the here thin filaments. Ends of the thick filaments. This is a thick filament, thick filament. The ends of thick filaments are overlapping here thin filaments. Actins are overlapping ends of myosin. But here without non-overlapping zone is also there. This is overlapping zone. It is overlapping zone. Here overlapping zone means suppose here it is overlapping, overlapping. But what about this non-overlapping zone? H line. What is the H line? Here the gap is left by this here actin filaments without overlapping the myosin. Or the part of the myosin which is not overlapped by the actins during muscle contraction, that can be called as H line. Like that here during muscle contraction, what would happen here? Actins are overlapping the myosin. Here the ends of the myosin overlapped by the here actin filaments. But during muscle contraction, what happens here? First, here this is the actin. You see this here muscle contraction procedure. During muscle contraction, what happens? You can see there is a overlapping of actins and myosins happens. The actin, this is a, what is actin filament? Here it is a myosin. This is a, what is this here? It is a actin. Here during muscle contraction, this is a actin. Next, what is this here? This is a myosin. Here this is a myosin is there. You know that here myosin. Here these actins are binding with the actin binding site of myosin. It is a myosin. Now this is the actin binding site. It is ATP binding site. Now here this is the actin filament. This is the actin. Here what is this here? Actin. Actin wherever binding here, this actin, this is binding on actin binding site of myosin. Which results what would happen? Now you see, this is a myosin. This is actin binding on actin binding site of myosin. Which results what happens here? A bridge has been formed, actin myosin bridge. But after formation of actin myosin bridge, this is a actin myosin bridge. This is what is here? Actin myosin bridge. On formation of actin myosin bridge, what would be there? There is a ATP binding site is there. Here ATP can be bound. Then ATP is dissociated. By using this ATP energy, then what would be there? This myosin can bind. Like this here, it will be bind. But first, the actin can bind on the actin binding site of myosin, which results what would be there? Actin myosin bridge has been formed. On formation of actin myosin bridge, ATP has been used. By using the ATP energy, then myosin, what happens? It can bend. Whenever myosin has been bent, then what will be there here? Here I band, A band, two bands are there. A bands here, anisotrophic band, I bands here. Then here what would be there? Both are overlapping each other. And here A band retains its length, I bands reduce its length. The reduction of the I band and retaining of the A band, what would be there? Muscle contraction happen. Here whenever this is actin binding or actin binding site, cross bridge has been formed, then ATP energy is using. then which results here myosin is bending, which results what happen, muscle is contracted. Bending of this here myosin, what would be formed here, muscle contraction happen. On contraction of muscle, again what would be there, ATP energy using means how energy is used here, ATP is dissociated into ADP and inorganic phosphate. ATP means how many phosphates are there, 3 phosphates. But here this ATP is breaking, how it is breaking, ADP and inorganic phosphate. So that here, this by the dissociation of ATP, what the energy is liberated, such energy is used for contraction. On completion of contraction task, what would be there? These ADP and IP again associated, which results what would be formed? ATP can be formed. Next, whenever ATP can be formed, again what happens here? ATP can be formed. These actin and myosins both are separating each other. When actin and myosin both are separating each other, this muscle is relaxed. Whenever muscle is relaxed, again what happens? Actin is going and again binding with myosin. Then here cross bridge has been formed. Again here myosin is binding. Myosin it has been what happens? Bending. Then muscle contraction happens. Always these actin myosin binding is happen. On binding of actin and the myosin, then muscle contraction happen. On dissociation of actin myosin, muscle is relaxed. Like this here, this muscle contraction, what would be there continuously happening here. So here ATP is used, then muscle contraction happen. ATP is formed, muscle is relaxed. That is the point you can remember. This muscle contraction theory is called sliding filament theory. How explain this muscle contraction by means of a theory? That theory is called as the sliding filament theory. Sliding filament theory explained by Huxley and Huxley. Huxley and Huxley scientists here, they explained this here muscle contraction theory. This is what is this here muscle contraction, actin, myosin, myofibril, muscle bundle, and different types of movements, amoeboid movement, ciliary movement, flagellated, muscular movements here, different types of movements I explained. But now the final one, the disorders in the muscular system. You see this here, disorders in the muscular system. Disorders in the muscular system. What is the disorders is there here? Muscular dystrophy is there. Myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis means myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis, this is one of the autoimmune disorder. This is relevant with the muscle, but autoimmune disorder. What is autoimmune disorder? Our own immune cell. Actually, our immune cell, what purpose helping? To protect our body. Immune cell, suppose any bacteria enter the body. To kill the bacteria, what are released from our body? Antibodies. Our antibodies can kill foreign particles, save our cells. But our own antibodies killing our own cells means autoimmune disorder. What is meant by autoimmune disorder? Our own immune cells, they can kill the self-cell and causing the disorder. That is called autoimmune disorder. Myasthenia gravis is relevant with the muscles. So that what would be their neuromuscular junction would be impacted. Neuromuscular junction means here motor neuron. Actually, here the information, how it is passing. Suppose here I am beating. Here information is passing from where it is effector organs to the brain. How it is sensory neuron. From brain to information where it is coming to effector organ. Suppose you are keeping your hand, fire has come. Information is going immediately through motor neuron, information is coming. You keep your hand back. How you are keep your hand back here? Within the seconds, motor neuron pass information to neuromuscular junction. What is the neuromuscular junction? A junction which occurs between the neuron and muscle, that is called neuromuscular junction. So you see, neuromuscular junction is not working. Then what happens? Paralysis. What is the paralysis of muscle? Is myasthenia gravis. What would be their paralysis of muscles? Muscles are paralysis. Paralysis means I am beating, no response. You keep fire, no response. Paralyzed muscles here, no response. Why? Neuromuscular junction is impacted. Why this here? Paralysis here. Paralysis. Suppose now breathing response is there. Suppose this muscle, neuromuscular junction damaged, it is not working well. Information is not going to brain. Brain to information is not crossing here. Therefore, what happens here? These muscles are paralysis. So, paralysis of muscle, what is this? Myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis, it impacts the neuromuscular junction, causing the paralysis of muscle. It is a autoimmune disorder. It is not a, what is this? Autoimmune disorder means our own cells here killing our own antibodies, killing our own cell, causing the disorder. That is called autoimmune disorder. Myasthenia gravis is autoimmune disorder causing this here impact on neuromuscular junction, which results paralysis of muscles happen. Even though any stimulus is applied on the muscle, then here the effector organ could not show the response. That is the what is here myasthenia gravis is disorder in the muscular system. Next one, muscular dystrophy. Second one, what is here? Muscular dystrophy. Another disorder, muscular dystrophy. What is the muscular dystrophy? This is also genetic disorder. It is genetic disorder. Muscular dystrophy is a genetic disorder. Lack of this specific genes, what would be happens? Progressive degeneration of skeletal muscles. The skeletal muscle would be weak. Yeah, they are unable to lift the common weights also, 5 kgs, 10 kgs. Like this here, muscular dystrophy is nothing but weak muscles. Progressive degeneration of skeletal muscle is called as the muscular dystrophy. This is genetical disorder, not by means of nutrient deficit. Even though they are eating sufficient nutrient, but what is the problem? Genetical problem. Muscles could not develop. Gradually, year by year, what would be there? These muscles can be degenerated. Like this progressive degeneration of skeletal muscle is called as the muscular dystrophy. It is a genetic disorder. And next one, tetany, another thought disorder in muscular system. What is this here? Tetany. What is the tetany? Rapid spasms. Rapid spasms means contracted muscle. Muscle is contracted. Contraction condition only, not relaxation. Contracted muscle, it would be stay in contracted condition, or relaxed muscle, it would be stay in the relaxed condition for prolonged period due to the rapid spasms of muscle. Why these rapid spasms of muscle is happens here? Low calcium. Tetany is caused. What is the major cause for this tetany? Low calcium. Here, calcium level in our body, if calcium is low, rapid spasms of muscle happen, which results a disorder occur that is called tetany. These disorders relevant with the muscular system. Total, it is what is this here? Types of muscle. What we have discussed here? What is movement? What is locomotion? Types of movements: amoeboid movement, ciliated movement, muscular movement. Types of movement. Types of muscle: skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, cardiac muscle. Structure of skeletal muscle. What is the structure of skeletal muscle? Muscle bundle having fascicle. In the fascicle, what would be there? Muscle fiber. The membrane surrounding muscle fiber called sarcolemma. The cytoplasm of muscle fiber is called as the sarcoplasm. The endoplasmic reticulum present in sarcoplasm is called sarcoplasmic reticulum, having enriched with this here calcium ion. Calcium is required for this here muscle contraction. And in these protein-made filaments are there called myofibril. These are the actins and myosin. Actin is it is polymer of F-actin globular protein. They are arranged in a chain-like structure, but along with this F-actin filament, tropomyosin is there. At frequent interval of tropomyosin, troponins are also there. Actually, troponin, it is masking the myosin binding site on actin. And myosin, here the monomeric units of the myosin is called meromyosin. In this meromyosin, two parts are there: heavy meromyosin, light meromyosin. Again, in heavy meromyosin, two parts are there: head part, cross arm part, and light meromyosin tail is there. But in head part, two sides are there: actin binding site. Another one is the ATP binding site. Like this, it will be there. But in this here in muscle, myofibril, what would be there? These actins and myosin making a dark and light band. Dark band is called anisotrophic band. Light band is called isotrophic band. And in this dark band, light line is there. Light line is called as the M line. In the light band, dark line is there, called as the Z line. Distance between two Z lines is called sarcomere. Sarcomere, it is the functional unit of the muscle contraction. And during the muscle contraction, what is the phenomenon? Simply actins overlapping this is here myosin chalk piece. Here this is actin, next this side actin. The ends of the myosin, what would be there? Overlapped by this actin. The overlapping of actins at end of this myosin, muscle contraction happens. Muscle contraction theory explained by A. Fuxley and Oxley, but it is explained by the theory called as the sliding filament theory. While muscle contraction is occurring, these actins overlapping the myosin, a gap is left by the myosin, that is called H line. Non-overlapping zone by actins in the myosin called as the H line. And during the muscle contraction, actin is coming, and with the what is this here? Actin binding site of myosin, it will bind, making a cross bridge. But here this actin myosin bridge, afterwards using this ATP, which result myosin can be bind. Then by using this ATP, whenever it bind, what would be their contraction happen? On completion of contraction, next it is going to relaxation. How relaxation is there? ATP formation occur. First year during the contraction, ATP is breaking. During relaxation, ATP is formed. Then actin myosin dissociated, muscle can be relaxed. Like this here, what would be there? This is the here muscle contraction and disorders in the muscle. This is your syllabus, locomotion and movement muscles. Skeletal system not there in this year present syllabus here due to the pandemic situation. But during the NEET point of view, I will explain. When we are going to explain this NEET relevant with the first year syllabus here, I will explain the skeletal system also. There is nothing worry about it. This is your syllabus completed. Okay, thank you one and all. Regarding this completed syllabus, if you have any doubt, then text me, message me and seek the clarification. One more thing here, day after tomorrow you will have an exam, plant kingdom. Tomorrow I will revise the plant kingdom. This video, this is continued from the previous video. It was also here available in your YouTube channel. Then you can see our SGN GLB channel. It is available. Both are explained today only. Continuation with the previous video. You can watch this. But due to some power issues here, technical problem raised, so that here it was splitted. Thank you one and all.